my channel. So today I thought I'd film in front of the Christmas tree. Blue's wearing his very festive little reindeer jumper and he's got his little holly bow tie on. He won't stay here for the whole video, but today we are going to be doing a gift giving guide for the person in your life that is an avid reader. Now I did want to get this video up a little bit sooner, but it's just, it is what it is. So yeah, I thought I'd do it in front of the Christmas tree, and I've got the fire going, although I'm actually gonna turn it off because it's a little bit loud. And yeah, and we've got the Hanukkah behind us because we do celebrate both Hanukkah and Christmas in this household. So yes, I've got lots of notes, lots of things. So hopefully, even if you're not watching this around the festive period, you can get some ideas for the loved one in your life that loves to read. And if you can hear things going on, the washing machine's going, but Lou's just playing with his toys. So yes, let's get started. So obviously the main thing that you can buy someone is books. Any book reader would love this, but it can be a little bit tricky to know what they've already got or what they like to read. One of the things we actually do with one of my aunts is we literally just ask her for a list of books that she wants. We go ahead and buy them, and you know, that's a really easy way of doing it, and that ensures that, you know, we don't buy things she's already got or she might not have necessarily bought for herself. So that's a really good idea. Usually I would say get a gift card, but in the time we're in and the way high streets are going and things, it can be a little sketchy to buy gift cards. If you can buy from an independent smaller store, helping to support them on your local high street, that is great. I would usually say go out and get a Waterstones card, but as we know, any high street shop could go before Christmas. So if it is a Christmas gift, I would say if you're thinking about getting a gift card, maybe get just an Amazon gift card, because I think, touch wood, that Amazon is going to be the place that sort of thrives over Christmas, and I think that's a safe bet to go. Be cautious with gift cards, but again, it's a good idea. The next thing is again on the theme of a hardback copy, and that is getting them a signed book. Now, I'm someone that loves a signed copy, and you definitely have to judge the person. My mum is not fussed about getting a signed copy of a book, but then she's not an overly avid reader, whereas I am. I love a signed book, especially if it's from one of my favourite authors or a celebrity I like. So if you know the person, what their interests are, what sort of genre they like, then that's sort of an added bonus to the gift, and it can be really cool. They open it up and see that there's the author's signature in there, especially if it's someone they aspire to, or you know, an author that they really like. And you can go on Waterstones, WH Smith's, Foyles. They're sort of the three high street brands that I know do signed book, and anything that I do mention, I will either add a picture, link it down below, all that sort of thing. So yeah, a signed book can be a really cool little twist, something extra to add. And then what sort of links onto this is you could get them a book subscription box. Now, there's a couple of ways you could obviously go about this. You could either make up your own, which I will go into a little bit later, or you could obviously buy one. And there's many different ones. I've written a couple that I found down below. I can't completely say these are foolproof, go ahead and buy these, because I've not purchased them myself, but they're ones I thought looked pretty interesting and had sort of a good range to them. And you can find different ones. If you just put in book subscription boxes into Google, you can find a load. Again, if you put it into Etsy, you can find some other small shop people that sort of make up and curate their own. I found these two, which were British ones, a book of stories. They offer a one-off box. So again, if you just want to get something for someone for Christmas, you could just get them the one subscription, or you could buy them, you know, a 3-month, 6-month, 12-month subscription. I'm not quite sure how the subscription side of it works, but you could buy them like a year's worth, and that's like the gift that keeps on giving really throughout the year. And that starts from $14.99 for 4 books, and you get to choose the theme, the genre of the books that they like, whether it be fiction, crime, that sort of thing. And then the other one I found was the Willoughby Book Club. They do 3, 6 and 12 month subscriptions, so something there, probably price budget for everyone. This one is really very specific to the person. You sort of have to know what genre they like, possibly any authors, but that's not completely necessary. And you input that information, and then someone from this book club takes that information and, you know, spews out a book or two. I'm not quite sure how many books you get. And yeah, and I believe one of these has a children's version as well, I saw. But yeah, they pretty much pick books to suit this person's taste and what they think they might like. So that's a good one if you don't know specifically what book to go out and choose. If you don't want to have that pressure on yourself to pick a book, you can sort of do it through a subscription box and the work's sort of done for you. Okay, so the next thing is I want to highlight just a general website. This website has tons of gifts, and I literally just put in like gifts for readers, and this is called the Literary Gift Company. They do a ton of different things for the avid book reader, and they are mainly, I would say, focused on classics. So if you know someone that likes to read classics, or they have a particular favourite classic author, whether it be Sherlock Holmes or Agatha Christie or Jane Eyre, that sort of thing, this is sort of a place to go. They do have a couple other books, but it is mainly the classics, and I had a look on there and found some different things that I thought were pretty cool. So they do these scratch off posters, which I also saw you could find on the high street, and they are $12.99. They do an adults and a kids version, and basically it's a scratch off poster. I think they have 100 different books on there of what they deem classics. I don't know how classic they are, or whether it's like old classics up until like newer popular books like The Hunger Games and Harry Potter, that sort of thing. So I'm not quite sure on that side of things, but like I said, it's $12.99. They do a kids version as well, and I just think it's a really cool thing that you can give someone. They can sort of, if you know that they want to hit a target to like read more things, and once they've read a book they can scratch it off, or they can scratch it off and, you know, see what's behind it and pick a new book to read. So as well as, you know, they've got accessories, jewellery, clothing items. They also have tote bags, and I think you can't go wrong in this day and age with a good tote bag. They do the Penguin Classic tote bags, which you can sometimes find in like Waterstones. So you can find those and the other like bits and pieces from the Penguin collection. And they also have lots of enamel pins. I did find a few. I've got my laptop here where I've like pinned everything that I found. So in particular they have these like book pins. So they have like, again, classics. So they have like The Secret Garden, and I think they have Peter Pan. And for $12.99 you get a cute little enamel badge. So if you know someone that collects badges or pins, or if you know that one of these books is their favourite, that's a really cute thing to get them without buying them, you know, the actual book. Or maybe you want to buy them the pin and maybe a special like cloth bound edition, or like a leather bound edition of their favourite book. You could do like a little parcel together. So yeah, and they also do like baby items, stationery, they do bookmarks, like a ton of different things. So that is probably one of the main places to start out, I'd say, if you want to, you know, get some ideas, and then you can sort of take those and work them towards the person that you're looking to buy for. So the next group is artwork, and I think this is a really unique and special way of showing someone that you know they like reading, you know maybe their favourite author or a book they like, showing that you've really paid attention. And you can find tons of different book related artwork, whether it be tailored to a specific author or book, or just in general like a fun reading book time print. So I've got a couple that I found on Etsy. I think Etsy is a great place to look if you want a specific author or genre. You can just type it in and a whole plethora of things will come up. So the first place I've got is called Books in Bobs, and they do specific book prints. So they've got like Agatha Christie, they do a beautiful Murder on the Orient Express print. They had Harry Potter, Beano, they had comics. There was a wide variety of genres and some more recent like book series as well. They had like The Hobbit, and just some very beautiful artwork that you could get someone. And then the other place was called let me get it here, it's Bibliography, and they call themselves Literature and Maps as Fine Art Prints. These are some really unique prints. I've got it up here. So this, I mean, some of them are slightly darker, but if you know someone that likes Agatha Christie or Sherlock in particular, they have these prints that set out basically every book, and they have a little icon of what the murder weapon was. So I'll insert a picture. So sort of like they'll have all the Poirot books, and they'll have, you know, the title of the book, and then above it will be each like weapon that was used, whether it be like poison or a knife or a gun. So it's slightly darker, but it's a really interesting, unique twist on, you know, a book art print. And they had loads of other different books. They had some more like Disney ones, like Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, like I said, Sherlock Holmes. So again, some more recent ones on there. And then the last place I found was on Not on the High Street. So the other one was from Not on the High Street, and it's by the shop Colson MacLeod. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, and whoa, the sun is coming in. It's like 3 o'clock, so it's like golden hour. But yes, so they do a ton of different art prints for different personalities, like dog lover, person that likes fishing, a sports person, but they also have a book lover print, and I just think it's really nice, especially if you know someone that has, maybe they have like an office where they have all their books, or you know, if you know someone that has a big library, like book collection. It's just a lovely print. It's black and white, it's very simple, it's got like a large quote under it, and I just think it's simple and yeah, nice and tasteful. So next we will move into bookmarks, and I think this is something you can't go wrong with when it comes to getting a gift for a book lover, because we all need a bookmark. We've all had to use, you know, like a ticket stub or a piece of paper at some point in time, and you always seem to leave, especially if you know the person reads multiple books, you always seem to leave a bookmark in the book. So I've come up with a couple of different places and different bookmarks that you could go for, because they're not all just, you know, paper standard bookmarks, and I've got a few over the years, and I have gifted a few over the years. Starting off, you could get a personalised name or a photograph one. You could just type this into Google and come up with tons, but also, you know, Etsy, Not on the High Street, they all do them. And, you know, make it personal. You could put a picture of yourself on it, or your child on it, or a pet, or anything that that person likes, you could put on it. You could put their name on it, and, you know, personalise it. It makes it like you've thought a bit extra about it. I saw Not on the High Street that they had metal plated photo ones starting at £10. So, you know, that's a really easy way to go. I did that once for my nan. I put a picture of me and the dog that we had. Well, we still have him, but we just had him at the time as opposed to all our other dogs in the family. So yes, that's a good place to start. There is a company called Hurly Burly who's on both Etsy and Not on the High Street. I do have one of their bookmarks, and it's basically like a leather heart, and you can stick it on the corner, and you can personalise them as well with that person's name or initials. So again, it looks a little bit more luxe, and they often come in nice little presentation boxes. I've also got a magnetic leather one. I think I got that one last year. I can't quite remember who that was from. If I can find it, I will link it down below. I specifically quite like a metal bookmark because I know they're not going to fall out. But yeah, so you can get some really nice leather embossed ones as well. On Etsy, I found the company G Designs by GD, and they do really gorgeous, what is it, like resin bookmarks. I think resin seems to be really popular, especially on TikTok at the moment, and there's tons of small companies that are creating resin pieces, and this person in particular does really pretty like custom name ones. You can also find flower resin ones, and yeah, I thought it was just a really beautiful place. And then the other one that I found is called The Curious Cactus, and they do paper bookmarks, but you can sort of fill them in as you go along and colour them in. So the person you're gifting it to, once they've read a book, they can sort of write it on the bookmark and keep a tally of how many books they've read. And so if you know they read a lot throughout the year, they can sort of keep track of what they've read, and it makes it, again, a little bit more interactive and something they can do throughout the year. Then we have gift hampers. So you can also, again, find these on places like Etsy. People make them up with, you know, like a book or a hot chocolate sachet and that sort of thing. But you can also do it yourself. I mean, they're not overly expensive on Etsy. You can get them from like £15. But again, you could probably make your own. You could put in a book or two, you know, like a mug and coffee or tea, whatever they like. You could put in some cozy socks. You could put in a candle. There is also a ton of places on Etsy that do like book related candles inspired by, you know, the smell of books, or you know, the places that are in certain books or the characters. There's like Harry Potter inspired candles, all that sort of thing. So you can really go wild and really tailor it to the person and make them a hamper, and, you know, add a book or two in. And the final one that I wanted to mention was pins, enamel pins. We touched on it earlier. You can find a ton on Etsy. If you put in, you know, Disney fantasy pins, Harry Potter fantasy pins, book pins, specific, you could put like Poirot pins in, or Sherlock Holmes, or any, if you know a specific author or genre, again, they like, just type that in. You can pretty much find any sort of fantasy pin or art related to it, and again, it's something they might not have, and if you know, if they like to collect that sort of thing, it's a good place to start. And again, you could put that in your bundle of gifts, and you could really, again, like I said, tailor it to that person. So yeah, I think that is everything that I've got to, you know, talk to you about and show you today. Hopefully it's inspired you to get gifting. I'm going to try and edit this and get it up as soon as I can. I know it's a little bit later than I planned on getting it up, but hopefully you can still find some gems. And like I said, the things like gift hampers, you can just run to the shop and get a few bits, or, you know, order off Amazon, and, you know, with Prime, that is the dream. So yes, I hope you're staying safe and enjoy as best as you can this festive period. I know different countries and different places in the UK have different rules. We're not overly sure what's going to happen at Christmas, but yes. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.